is going on, guys? It is Daniel Wright, and you are here listening to another episode of Paving the Way. And I hope your week has been going great for you. Appreciate you tuning in today. I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. Got to spend it, doing whatever it is that you wanted to do with whoever it is you want to do it with, wherever it is that you wanted to do it at. So, guys, I know if you came and listened in last Saturday, I was out of town while I recorded it for you guys down in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Kelsey and I took the pups down there for the weekend and got to spend a little bit of time, with a little R&R. Had beautiful weather, and it was fantastic to get a time to recharge and refresh. So today, guys, I hope your week has started off good. I know always coming back from a long weekend, it's a little hard to get steam rolling. It's like all your days are out of whack and messed up and stuff. And I mean, to be honest, when I'm recording this right now, it's Tuesday night, and I'm like, oh man, I got to get this done for Wednesday morning. It felt like a Monday to me. So, but guys, what I want to talk about today is a little bit relevant because at least in the industry I'm in the pavement maintenance industry, as you start getting into September, October, November, towards the end of the year, into the warmer months, things like that. Truth be told, things just get really tough. You start getting a lot of a heavier workload. Your team starts getting a little bit more tired and wore out, and just kind of going through the motions and stuff, and maybe overlooking some of the little details or things like that aren't earth-shattering things, but it's just like, oh man, like we didn't have this problem earlier, or clients are wanting deadlines met a lot tighter because they have to be done by the end of the budget year or calendar year or things like that. Some people refer to this time of year as the playoff season because it's basically, hey, if you don't figure out how to capitalize this time of year, you may not make it through the winter, right? Especially in markets where you can't work in the wintertime. You can't perform pavement maintenance in the wintertime. So nonetheless, guys, like I said, this time of year just gets tough. It gets challenging. It gets stressful. And it reminds me of what Alex Hormozy, you guys who've been listening to me know that I'm a big consumer of his content and his knowledge and wisdom and information he shares. But he says a lot of times, he says, one thing that he says to remind himself to just keep going when it gets tough is he said, when it gets tough is when most people quit. So therefore, what that means is if everyone else around you is feeling the toughness, feeling the strain, the pressures, the difficulties, whatever it may be, and if most of them end up quitting or receding, retreating, whatever it may be, to kind of like take the competition off the table, so to speak, and you don't, and you keep going and you keep pushing, well, you're now going into territory that is not, full of competition. Right. They say the competition's less at the top because there's less people who are willing to do what it takes to get up there. Whereas down at the bottom, it's just, filled with competition because you can get there by just existing, by showing up. Right. So it kind of made me think, this time of year in the business and, just some things that we have developing and so on and so forth, like things are just getting tough. And I'd be lying to you if there's some days where I'm like, man, is this really what I signed up for? Is this it? Like, is this what the rest of my life looks like? And I have to remind myself all the time, I'm like, man, like, Daniel, this is just a season. This is just a moment in time, whatever it may be. Just keep pushing, because as I push through and get through that moment that is tough right now, that makes me question it, right? That makes me sit and like try to look for like, okay, what am I missing? What am I messing up here that's creating this? And just look at it and say, it's just a time. It's just a season. It's just a moment. Like I said, then once I get through it onto the other side, well, that's going to be clean air. That's fresh air. So because other people who are going through the same thing, we're on the same playing field right now, they got to that point and they stopped. They retreated. They, changed courses, whatever it was. If you just keep pushing through and keep going through those hard times, eventually once you get to the clean air times, it's more enjoyable. So, and the guys, this isn't just for business ownership. This isn't just for, corporate America or things like that. This is just life in general, whether it's your marriage, whether it's a friendship, whether it's, a relationship with a family member, things like that. We all go through seasons that just constantly like go up and down. It's like the ebb and flow of life. Is sometimes you're coasting and it's great and you're having a wonderful time. Other times you're climbing and you're like, oh my gosh, when's this climb ever going to end? So I always have to remind myself that, what do they say? The good times don't last as long as, or the good times come more often than you think, and the bad times don't last as long as you think. So, and for the disclaimer, guys, there's no bad time. It's just a stressful time in our business, in my life. Like I've told you guys, I always try to keep things real with you and present, and just like what I'm going through in my life, personally, professionally, is what I like to share with you guys because I believe it has the most relevance. So, like I said, to kind of recap it, it's when things get tough is when most people quit. So in marriages, when things get tough, whether it's you're having kids, you have financial difficulties, career changes, things like that, that's when a lot of people will quit. They'll say, I'm going to go look for something easier. I don't need this. I'll just, live on my own or be single or blah, 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 instead of push through it. Instead of, making an effort to get through it together and be stronger because of it. If it's in your corporate America job, at your current occupation, if you're in a tough season with deadlines and constrictions and things like that that you're having to try and meet, like you have to know and remember that once you get past that, once you get on the other side of it, that you're going to be better because of it, as well as everyone around you. And then if you're a business owner and you're just going through a tough season right now, like I said, in our industry for the pavement maintenance stuff, it's everybody wanting everything done yesterday. And then when you can't get it done yesterday, they say, well, can you do it today? So it's kind of a never-ending cycle of things that just are continuously tough. But if you can withstand it and you're the only one left standing when it comes down to it, then you're better because of it. And in a business standpoint, if you have a company that has individuals that work within it, you're bringing all them with you. They're all better because of it too. So you have to provide that leadership, that guidance, that example that everyone else needs. Because if they see you as the leader, whether it's in your marriage and you're the leader of your household, whether it's in your job and you're the leader of a department, whether it's your company and you're the leader of the whole organization, if they see you flounder, retreat, try to just take the easy way out, are going to follow your lead. If they don't follow your lead, they're going to go right past you, and they're going to go either find somewhere else that they can, be led better. They're going to find somewhere else where they can have the opportunity to make those decisions and to lead accordingly, how they believe possible, or they're just going to sit there, like I said, and flounder with you. So my encouragement to all you guys, as we're, passing through Labor Day, we're getting into the last, quarter or so of the year, that you want to make sure that whatever 2023, whatever you set out to accomplish and try and achieve, that you're not just going to look for the easy way out because we're getting towards the end of it. And I'll probably send out a similar message to this as we get towards the end of the year, to the holidays and things like that. But this is kind of that turning point where it's like, all right, guys, like you still have enough time to make a big difference in the end of your year, but you have to make sure you're giving it what you got. And if you're not giving it what you got, then you better figure something else out. I don't believe changing your goals and realigning your goals is always the right answer, because then you're just settling for what you're getting as opposed to living up to the standards and the potential that you have. So don't forget, guys, when it gets tough is when most people quit. That's what Alex Ramosi loves to preach. It's a great reminder for me whenever I'm going through tough, challenging, stressful times, whatever, may be coming my way. And I want to share that with you guys today. So I hope you guys end up having a great rest of your week. I'll be honest, I have a pretty busy rest of this week. I will do my absolute best effort to get in front of you guys on Saturday morning like I try to. If I don't, forgive me in advance, but I will plan on being here Saturday morning, 7 a.m. to see you guys. So I appreciate y'all. Take care.